Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist is a timeless philosophical novel that follows the spiritual and physical journey of a young shepherd named Santiago. The book blends adventure, mysticism, wisdom, destiny, and the idea of following one's personal legend. It teaches that when a person truly wants something, the whole universe conspires to help them achieve it, but only if they listen to their heart and overcome fear. Below is a complete, deep, and structured 3,000-word summary. 1. Introduction to the story. The Alchemist begins with Santiago, an Andalusian shepherd boy, who is content wandering through the countryside of Spain with his flock. Though his lifestyle is simple, he is deeply curious and dreams of seeing the world beyond. He is not driven by material wealth but by a desire for meaning and adventure. The story revolves around his mystical dream of discovering treasure buried near the Egyptian pyramids. This dream sets him on a long, transformative journey across continents, from the Spanish countryside to North African deserts, where he discovers that the real treasure lies not only in gold but in understanding the language of the universe. 2. Santiago's dream and the call to adventure. One night, Santiago sleeps inside a ruined church under a sycamore tree. He dreams about a child leading him to hidden treasure in Egypt. Confused and intrigued, he seeks the help of a gypsy woman to interpret the dream. She tells him that his dream is prophetic and demands that he follow it, claiming that he will find treasure near the pyramids. Santiago is skeptical but intrigued. The real turning point comes when he meets Melchizedek, the king of Salem, a mystical figure who tells him that it is his personal legend, a person's true destiny. Melchizedek explains the spiritual idea that everyone starts life knowing their personal legend. Over time, fear, doubt, and routine make people abandon their dreams. The universe helps those who commit to their path. He gives Santiago to magical stones, Urim and Thummim, to help him read omens. Motivated and inspired, Santiago sells his sheep and uses the money to travel to Africa. This marks the beginning of his journey into the unknown. 3. Arrival in Tangier, the first test. When Santiago arrives in Tangier, he is immediately overwhelmed. The language, clothing, food, and culture are all different. His first lesson in trust comes when a local boy steals all his money. Santiago is now alone, penniless, and far from home. He considers returning to Spain, but he remembers the King of Salem's words. When you really want something, all the universe conspires to help you. This is the first moment Santiago learns about resilience and persistence. To survive, he works at a crystal merchant shop. This section of the book is symbolic. It shows how fear and comfort prevent people from following their dreams. The merchant is kind but trapped in his own routines. He wants a better life but is afraid to pursue change. Through him, Santiago learns the meaning of comfort zones, fear of failure, the regret of dreams not pursued. During his year with the merchant, Santiago improves the business with innovative ideas, earning enough money to continue his journey. This phase teaches him that even setbacks carry valuable lessons. 4. The caravan across the Sahara. With new confidence and money, Santiago joins a caravan crossing the Sahara Desert toward Egypt. On this journey, he meets the Englishman, a man deeply interested in alchemy. Through the Englishman, Santiago is introduced to deeper, mystical concepts. The soul of the world, the language of the universe, the masterwork, the ultimate goal of alchemists, the philosopher's stone and elixir of life. The Englishman is book-smart but lacks the ability to learn from life itself. He studies endlessly but fails to observe signs and omens around him. Santiago, in contrast, begins to understand that true wisdom comes from both learning and experiencing. 5. Al-Fayum Oasis, learning the language of the soul. The caravan stops at Al-Fayum Oasis, a large community in the desert, because of tribal wars nearby. Here, Santiago experiences one of the most important turning points of his journey. He falls in love with a desert girl named Fatima. This is Santiago's first experience with a love that feels destined. Fatima symbolizes pure, selfless love, one that does not hold him back but encourages him to follow his dream. Their relationship teaches Santiago that true love never stops you from pursuing your destiny. It becomes part of your journey, not a barrier. While in the oasis, Santiago also meets the mysterious Alchemist, a powerful man who can turn metal into gold. The Alchemist sees Santiago's potential and decides to guide him toward his treasure. Before meeting the Alchemist, Santiago has a vision of an attack on the oasis. He courageously warns the tribal leaders, and the prophecy comes true. This event convinces the Alchemist that Santiago is ready to move forward. 6. Journey with the Alchemist, Master and Student. The Alchemist becomes Santiago's mentor and teaches him some of the most profound lessons in the novel. 1. Listen to your heart. The heart is often afraid of loss or suffering, but ignoring it leads to regret. 2. Understand the soul of the world. Everything is connected: humans, animals, wind, sand, and stars. 3. The world tests you before granting your treasure. As Santiago gets closer to his treasure, the challenges become harder. 4. You must complete your personal legend, even if it means risking everything. The journey with the Alchemist is dangerous, particularly because the desert tribes are at war. They are captured by warriors at one point, and the Alchemist risks his life to save Santiago, claiming the boy is an alchemist capable of turning himself into the wind. This leads to one of the most mystical scenes. Santiago communicates with the desert, wind, sun, and the soul of the world, successfully transforming himself spiritually. He proves that when aligned with the universe, humans have unlimited potential. 7. Arrival at the pyramids, the final test. After many challenges, Santiago and the Alchemist part ways. The Alchemist goes his own path, and Santiago reaches the pyramids, finally overwhelmed with joy. He begins digging for treasure. Here comes the last, hardest test. A group of thieves arrives, beats him, and steals his remaining money. When Santiago tells them he is searching for treasure because of a recurring dream, one of the men laughs and says he once dreamed of treasure under a sycamore tree in Spain, but he never went to look for it. This revelation shocks Santiago. The treasure was never in Egypt. It was at the ruined church in Spain, where he had the original dream. The journey was necessary for Santiago to grow spiritually, discover love, understand the soul of the world, and learn deep life lessons. The treasure was real, but the path to finding it required him to transform completely. 8. The return, finding the real treasure. Santiago returns to the ruined church in Spain. He digs beneath the sycamore tree and finds a chest filled with gold coins, jewels, and precious artifacts. In that moment, Santiago realizes the core message of the novel. The journey transforms you. The treasure is both physical and spiritual. What you seek is often where you began, but only after the journey can you truly appreciate it. The story ends with Santiago planning to return to Fatima, his true love, completing his personal legend.